COSM continuing on that teeth grinding sideways price action. Let's go ahead and validate the next moves. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again on this fine Thursday. This is ARCa coming at you with a COSM technicals, raw price action, and statistical thread of analysis. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCab. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, so yes, we are looking at COSM on the daily chart here, and as you can see, we have continued on this sideways price action, and it has not slowed down, so I guess that could be a sign of good things coming for COSM, speaking in a discretionary manner, of course. All right, so we're going to be looking at the statistical side of the analysis here, which actually involves a backtest of volatility versus momentum. And this backtest was actually performed by me throughout the entire trading history of the asset, particular to the daily chart. Okay, so this is all done by hand. All right, so now let's look at the variables that the backtest gave us, okay? So out of a total 35 iterations, 29 were guessed correctly to the upside, okay? Giving us an average upside accuracy of 82.857% with an average upside corrected thrust to 100.378% per the ratio split of the reverse split, and that would happen over the duration of about 13 and a quarter days. Okay, this is proof of work. So why I'm mentioning this right now is because the conditions are set, and the signal has. I would actually wait maybe another day before it actually is fired, but to the aggressive trader, it is fired. Okay, so what we're looking for is critical volatility prints. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 bars that are actually representing a one-day read, since we're at the one-day chart, and we're just at maxed out critical volatility right now, meaning that there is a potential loading for something massive, and it could be to the downside or to the upside, since volatility is direction neutral. In this case, stochastic momentum gives us the edge and the, I guess a preempted move, right? So in this case, we can see that the pivots are facing towards the upside, and know for a fact that I've actually taken a back test of stochastic momentum by itself by several tickers, and it has given me a read of about 75 to 91% in guessing the asset's direction. Okay, so that accuracy is not perfect, but is very good to consider into our odds, okay, or our probabilities. So yeah, this is looking like something is about to pop off in COSM, and that popping off could essentially be an upside move. Okay, so potentially the know that is a strong potential. The upside trajectory would be at about $11.06 for per the statistical back test, right? So now let's go ahead and move on to the next chart. Okay, so this is the broadening descending wedge that we've been talking about for quite some time, and as you can see here, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because from today's candle, we actually came right back to test that newly converted resistance into support, which is very much something that we always have to do, right? Since we actually came back down, we recovered the inside of the wedge, we broke out of the wedge, we traded one day. This was the indecision candle from yesterday, and now today at the bottom of this downtrend, we are actually printing what looks to be an inverted hammer at at the downside. So I'm sorry, at the end of the downside. So this is a very good thing too in candle analysis. On the one daily chart, in the daily chart, I can give it some credit. That's okay, but I would rather it be in the 2-day or 3-day, potentially maybe even the 5-day for a candle analysis to actually be favorable. Okay, so in this case, yes, daily chart, we're looking at an inverted hammer, and it has tested right to the penny our newly converted resistance into support, which is a very good sign and needed before a continuation onto the upside. Okay, so now let's move on to the next chart, as this is still looking pretty good for COSM. This is going to be the ARC-Series Crypstex indicator, and this indicator in particular is ARC-DBSI. So DBSI actually gives us a metric, or it actually takes a measurement of every single candle print particular to the asset's time frame. Okay, so in this case, the buy hourly, every single candle has been taken into account, and it has now given us a score to look at of percentage value, right? So you're looking at bears 50, bulls 50. It's continuing to add to that sideways price action. Okay, I don't like the fact that we're actually below the 13-day exponential moving average, and I also don't like the fact that we got a sell signal here, but that sell signal could actually be at the opening of this candle, and it could have been for this move down to here. All right, so let's go ahead and open up Armor and see what ARC Armor has to say. All right, we're going to block the visibility of DBSI now. And okay, so Armor still has a long signal. And that long signal actually printed yesterday. So I'm sorry, 2 days ago. So that long signal is still being honored. There's no short signal printed, and so I mean we can only take this into consideration, right? So it's we started printing that long, the green wave started coming in, and now we're just doing this like I hope we don't get stuck on this limbo. Okay, so it just shows me that the asset is still very much pensive and waiting for something. All right, so potentially fundamentally. Oh, right, I remember that there was the NASDAQ compliance list that a lot of people were talking about. So Frank Benedetto actually commented on that in the RCAP trading community. I believe he said that he spoke to NASDAQ today, and he said that they're actually waiting for that compliance to be fulfilled after about a 20-day period. Please don't quote me on that. Make sure to follow Frank Benedetto. You can actually find him in my Discord. His handle is actually Florida Oranges. So he did mention that today. So that's very curious. That could be the reason why COSM is still pensive. But now let's look at the RSI. Okay, so RSI is literally flat across the board, 30-minute flat. And what I mean by flat is just neutral. It's not giving us a bias for that direction. Bi-hourly is neutral. 6 hour is also flat, and you're looking at the daily time frame with the only suggestion and a weak one at that towards the upside. Okay, oh sorry, that is the 3-day time frame. Let's look at the bi-daily. Bi-daily is flat, and the daily is slightly bearish, slightly bullish. Okay, so it's literally the same thing we've been looking at. A 5-day is probably another one like the 3-day, just giving us a slight bullishness here. Okay, so sideways trading until catalyst comes in this particular case. It is not playing by the rules anymore. It is actually playing by psychology at this point. So very important to notice those details within COSM. Please know that I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets. Okay, I need you to do your own DD, and everything will be just fine, you guys. Okay, if you please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I know it's taken me a little bit of time to respond back to people. Is just that there are a lot of comments and messages and DMs and emails coming in as of late, and I'm trying to get through everybody accordingly. Okay, so with that said, I wish you well. I wish you a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.